India has a different and a new limited overs captain in Rohit Sharma. Virat Kohli has been sacked by the BCCI as the ODI captain. Earlier, he had left the T20I captaincy, but now he has been sacked from the ODI captaincy. The contradictory statements made by BCCI officials are laughable, but we will discuss and analyze where the BCCI is going wrong or whether the decision to sack Virat Kohli as the ODI captain was a correct decision. Hello and welcome to News 9. I am Shubhayan Chakravarti, and to discuss and deliberate about everything related to Virat Kohli and the captaincy model, I have Nikhil Narayan joining me. Nikhil, welcome to the show. Did Virat Kohli deserve to be sacked as the ODI captain? What are your thoughts?
Uh, it, the answer is not so simple. The answer is that yes, there were problems with his leadership style. There were also problems that India did not win a world title in any format under Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
But he did not deserve to be sacked for sure, Shubhayan.
Yep.
There had to be deliberations, discussions, and then he should have been given, a farewell or some tribute, a note of thanks for not only is he amongst the greatest batsmen ever in the history of the game.
Yeah.
He's also one of India's most successful captains, at least in terms of win-loss ratio, winning bilateral series, and that much respect you need to give to your heroes.
Absolutely. When BCCI announced this decision of sacking, making Rohit Sharma the new captain, it was just a footnote at the last of this BCCI statement saying that Mr. Rohit Sharma has been appointed as the new ODI and T20I captain going forward. There was nothing when it comes to giving a gratitude to Virat Kohli, who has served for the last 5 years, and he has achieved so much in the bilateral series. Okay, we admit that the ICC trophies are missing. The performances in the ICC tournaments have not been up to the mark, but Virat Kohli, the captain, the leader who has made Indian cricket a brand to watch out for overall in the world, I think he deserved a bit of gratitude from BCCI. What do you think about that, Nikhil?
Absolutely. This has been going on for a few months now.
Yeah.
First, there were rumors that he's been sacked as T20 captain, then he wasn't sacked, then he resigned. And we all know he was forced to resign. And I don't know what statement is the BCCI president making that, we didn't want him to step down, but he stepped down. Therefore, we had to remove him as ODI captain. We'll get to that in a bit. And then he's now been sacked as ODI captain, just before a big tour. This will lead to problems in the team.
Absolutely.
I understand you want Rohit Sharma to lead India into the 2023 World Cup, which is also a problem because Rohit Sharma might be a great T20 tactician. It is a different format. This is not ODI cricket. But first of all, you're mixing two formats, and then you are sacking Virat Kohli, leading to two, different powerhouses in the Indian dressing room. How is this beneficial?
Absolutely. And when we talk about Virat Kohli and BCCI statement, will come to Saurav Ganguly's statement which he gave to some news agencies. But before that, how the timeline panned out, the T20I World Cup squad was announced, where MS Dhoni was named as the mentor. Then a few days later, Virat Kohli decided that he wants to quit T20 captaincy. And I remember sitting in the Abu Dhabi press box, and suddenly the press release just landed on our emails, and the match was going on, and suddenly it was stated that Mr. Rahul Dravid has been appointed as the new head coach of the Indian cricket team, and everyone was in a state of shock. And why it is happening in between a match? And even Rohit Sharma was surprised in the press conference as to have they really announced it? So the communication part from the BCCI of such a big organization, one of the biggest in India at the moment, the line of communication has been really shoddy in the last few months. We will talk about Virat Kohli more, but Nikhil, when it comes to ODI captaincy, what does the numbers tell about Virat Kohli?
The numbers are staggering, Shubhayan. 65 out of 95 ODI wins, fifth best win-loss ratio in the history of ODI cricket. Better win-loss than Stephen Waugh, Viv Richards, Graham Smith. Look at the stalwarts he's done better. Also, bilateral series, 15 out of 19 wins. You can't ask for better. It's one of the best records in the history for any captain in ODI cricket. Yes, that you can see it both ways. He's taken India to the final of the Champions Trophy and the semi-final of 2019 World Cup. But you can also say India should have beaten Pakistan. India were the favourites. India should have beaten New Zealand in the semi-final in England, but they did not. And that has been Kohli's, the blemish in his career.
Absolutely, and we'll talk about the two formats as well. Obviously, we all can say that the ball is similar, of the similar color, but at the same time, the formats are completely different. ODI format demands a different approach. T20I format demands a different approach, unless they are going the English way and going slam bang from the word go, regardless of ODI or T20 cricket. Do you feel BCCI has mixed it up once again?
Yeah, I think there is a trend in the world. I mean, if you see most captains, Babar Azam is the limited overs captain, Kane Williamson, they also might be test captain, but I think there are very few countries who now have different captains for ODI and T20s, but there are exceptions. And the laughable thing is, the irony is, the exception is in the Indian women's team itself.
Yes.
So what is Saurav Ganguly talking about?
Yep.
I mean, Mithali Raj is the ODI captain, right? And Harmanpreet Kaur is the T20I captain. So, I mean, there is an exception within your own women's senior team.
Absolutely. While we are discussing, we'll take a look at what Saurav Ganguly has to say, because the statement which he gave to the few news agencies. So he has completely changed the narrative by saying that they had requested Virat to not step down from the T20I captaincy, and after he stepped down as the captain of the T20 team, they had no other options but to appoint a same captain for both the ODIs and T20s, I think. And if we go back to a few months, which we will eventually in the show, we will see what Jai Shah also had to say, which contradicts the statement completely. Here we have Jai Shah's statement as well, and here he has clearly said that he has been in discussion with Virat Kohli and the leadership group about the captaincy and the way forward for the Indian team, and as a senior member of the team, Virat Kohli will continue to provide the side in shaping the future of the cricket team. And these two statements coming from the top brass of BCCI, the top two heads of the BCCI, two contradictory statements. I mean, it is completely laughable. We understand, and by no means we are demeaning Rohit Sharma, the captain, because at the same time Rohit Sharma is a phenomenal captain, and there's no doubt that he will take over Virat Kohli's stature, the legacy created by Virat Kohli, and maybe he might win the ICC trophies as well, given his prowess in tactical captaincy thing. But two completely different statements. Nikhil, I think the line of communication should be better from the BCCI.
I mean, the richest, most powerful, most resourceful board in the world, one of the most powerful sporting bodies in the world, and this is how you're treating a captain.
They're making a mockery of themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, BCCI has become a laughing stock on social media, Twitter. We all know what is trending. And I mean, Saurav Ganguly, first of all, we've already discussed his, what he said about the T20I captaincy. Virat Kohli did not resign. He was forced to resign. Let's get that clear. Secondly, as I was saying, this thing about two different captains not taking the leadership role in 50 over and T20 overs cricket, it's happening in your own women's cricket team. It's happened in the past with the national team, the men's national teams also. Stuart Broad was captain of the England team in 2011, the T20 side. Alistair Cook was ODI captain. It has happened. The two formats again require very different approaches. They're tactically different. The strategies have to be different, and they're not similar. Just because they're both limited overs cricket does not mean you need to have similar captains. Yes, that is a separate debate whether, in Indian cricket, one can have different captains for different formats because of our ethos, culture, the powerhouse it contains. That's a separate debate altogether. But in T20 cricket and 50 over cricket, just because Rohit Sharma will be a great T20 captain, I have no doubts about it. I'm not sure Rohit Sharma will be a great ODI captain as of now. There is no proof to it.
The biggest thing is there's no reasoning about why Rohit Sharma has been elevated to test captaincy. We all know that he has grown into stature in the longest format of the game. But if we move back to a couple of years, Rohit Sharma was not even a certainty in the test squad, let alone in the playing 11. So does it come as a surprise? We still don't have any reasons to why Rohit Sharma has been appointed as test vice captain.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they sacked Rahane as vice captain.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
But then why not R. Ashwin, India's greatest
There are so many players. Why not a younger player in KL Rahul or Rishabh Pant or a Jasprit Bumrah?
Anyone. But also, I'm saying R. Ashwin because he's known to be an astute cricketer, thinker, one of India's greatest series match winners at home. why Rohit Sharma? Does that mean Rohit Sharma will take over all 3 formats soon?
Maybe.
As
maybe,
you've been saying.
Maybe.
So these are not these are very complicated questions. These are questions which show BCCI in a very poor light, and this is no way to treat an Indian cricket captain and player who's amongst the greatest of all time.
Absolutely, Nikhil. Quickly before we wrap up, your take on this split captaincy. Obviously, we know there have been tensions. Now, what the BCCI has done with the mess they have created with the captaincy issue, do you think it will be a hit?
With how the BCCI has gone about things, I think there's going to be, I think India will struggle actually. And the golden opportunity India has to win a test series in South Africa. If Virat Kohli doesn't perform, I don't think he's the only one to blame.
Absolutely. That's it. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for joining. It was a fun chat as always. Do let us know what are your thoughts about BCCI sacking Virat Kohli as the ODI captain, whether Virat Kohli should have been given the opportunity to continue as the ODI captain, or whether you think Rohit Sharma is the way forward. Do let us know your comments on the opinion section, and we will feature the best out of them. We will continue to give you all the coverage when it comes to India's upcoming tour of South Africa. It is going to be a cracker. The Ashes is going on. There's so many sporting activities. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to News 9 so that you don't miss out on any action. Thank you for watching.